A lot of people have so many different sides that they just don't tap into. You never really think you can do it all or have it all and be all those things, even as far as style. You're growing up and you're like, oh, I wear all black. I'm goth and I'm punk. I only dress very chic. And so even as far as style or just lifestyles and different interests, I've always had like so many different kinds. Saying my name is Ladyfag, it's definitely not a fuck you, but it's a way to make people think and like, wait a minute, is she? Is she not? Like, I don't get it. And really the point is they don't need to get it. In truth, I am a lady. I mean, my legs are crossed the whole bit, but at the same time, I definitely have a lot of what one would say is a fag in me. It started in an art gallery, actually. I was asked to be a part of this show about outsiders. So I was like, well, I don't really feel so much like an outsider. And I did this cabaret piece, which was, at the end, more of an homage. And I called it Ladyfag, a love story. And it was, you know, based on being a lady and a fag and my love story to these men. That's where the word came from. But it was never intended to be my name. I'm from Toronto, so I was friends with these downtown art kids, and it was super mixed. You know, guys, girls, straight, like it didn't matter. And I kind of always got on better with a lot of the gay guys. It's kind of like the dog that runs with the wolf and she thinks she's one of them. I definitely think I'm traditional with my friendships in the same way I am with my family. Stylistically, I mean, I'm a mess. I'm happy being a mess. I like to mix things all up, and I do know the difference. I come from a vintage background. There's certain things that really catch my eye. I've always loved lots of different tribal looks, from the Uzbeks or like the Kachins on the Chinese-Burmese border. Like, there's so many different parts of this world where I would have loved to have lived in like Sally Bowles' apartment in Cabaret. I'm actually Jewish, but I love dressing like a nun sometimes. I also like to mix it in with Victorian, mix in a little medieval pirate Westwood moment. This is a skirt from Transylvania, and it's just so thick and heavy. So I wear a lot of native jewelry. These rings are from Uzbekistan. I've had this with me since I used to sell vintage in Toronto. So these are like old Jordashes, and this is, I think the company's called East Meets West. I love everything to do with fall and autumn, so for me this is like the minute, you know, the leaves start to change color, you'll find me in this jacket and these pants. There are definitely certain nights I can think of where I definitely probably fit in with the drag queens. And then there's other nights in like layers of petticoats. It could look like a little Victorian prude, you know? I never think about, is this a male? I'm much more ladylike and romantic and more gentle than people actually think I really am. And so, you know, no one ever expects there to be lace everywhere in my room and ladylike type thing. I think about my boyfriend. He's one of the most sensitive guys. I mean, a lot of people think he's gay, but which is just a stereotype. So I didn't actually realize he was hitting on me. We were just hanging out, and he thought I was a lesbian. I thought he was a fag. It was at the paper award, so I was like in like 20 feet of hair and, you know, 6-foot heels and this crazy Mugler, you know, suede purple suit. You know, I look like a drag queen pretty much. And he's like this sweet little quiet, skinny, you know, boy. And the fact that he had the balls to ask me out, I was like, you know what, sure, let's do it. Well, it's funny because we had talked about Bill Clinton before, and I was like, you know, I met Bill Clinton, everyone was making Monica Lewinsky jokes. And I was like, well, my boyfriend would be totally fine with that. I mean, it's Bill Clinton. Like, right. He's so incredible, you know? And he looked over, he goes, I would not be okay with that. I'm like, you wouldn't? I think I wish I was, most people wish, you want your cake and eat it too. I'd love to be in a monogamous relationship and be non-monogamous. My problem in feminist discussions is you burn so many of your bras that suddenly your boobs are sagging, you know? So it's that same idea where it's like the women that are judging you actually become the feminists that are trying to fight for you. I'm sometimes asking to be objectified as long as it's coming from an okay place. I'm saying, look at this, like, you know, and I'm okay with it. If I'm wearing a really short dress that night, it's because my legs feel good and I feel sexy in it. And that's okay. And I want to be in a safe space with people who appreciate me to be like, damn girl, you look good tonight, and not feel like they're going to come and attack me. My friendships are important, and thus I'm loyal to these people and they're loyal to me. But I'm loyal to them because these are all people who are loyal to themselves, and they're probably loyal to me because I'm loyal to myself. So who I am is really who I am.